It's Steve Maltz. Well, 3 months ago, my lovely mum died, bless her. Died as a believer, and she's in heaven. Before she got there, and maybe going back a year or two, I decided to write a book. Now, it was a book that was originally written, I don't know, 30 years ago. It's a story of me and my mum, how we became believers, and it's all very much an interaction it's a dialogue between the two of us, because my mum's a pretty good writer in those days, though I had to correct her spellings and grammar and everything else. So that book was written, as I say, back in the 90s, and was left. I think I sent it to a few publishers, and that's a story in itself. Let's say I won't go into that about the very strange rejections, and it's an intriguing plot developing there, and I won't go into it except to say that a year or two ago I decided that it's about time I published it, and this is it, My Son the Christian. Now, my mum was a talented artist, and that is a painting, one of her many paintings. We found about 100 of them, and that is one of a Passover service. And I think that might be me, the picture there. But this is the book, My Son the Christian. It's a quick read. It's had some fantastic reactions from people. Someone has even offered to write a drama based on it, which is a bit strange. I've decided that I'll be played by Dustin Hoffman and my mum by Elizabeth Taylor, but I don't think that's going to work, as one of them's dead and the other one is even older than me now. So anyway, it's a book that charts our early life as a believer, and the title, My Son the Christian, were my mum's first. My first words to my mum when I took her out on a walk that fateful day and declared what I had become a Christian. And to her credit, they sent her off on a fantastic odyssey, a voyage of discovery, where maybe 3 months later she became one too. And somehow within that period, my sister as well. My dad has held up. Even now, my dad is now 96 and still not coming through. Still hoping yet. But as I say, my mum and I wrote this book, and I think it's a good read. It'll take you 2 hours to read it, and it's our biography. It's also a biography of the Messianic Fellowship that my mum founded in her house. That became the Tree of Life Messianic Fellowship, which now exists online, but it's at one point it was probably the biggest of its kind in the country. So this tells you how that got started as well. So there's some interesting stuff in there, and I hope you enjoy it. Lovely picture. Okay.